Hey guys, it's Turfmaster here, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard the news about the supposed leaks for the next Smash Bros. Fighter. So there's a lot of speculation that because of some leaks, that the next character is going to be a Fortnite character. Now, I don't think this is very likely. However, I do think it's very possible and probably the most plausible speculation or leak that we've had in a long time. So first, I'm gonna tell you what I know from the research I've done, and then I'm going to tell you how I interpret that from just to separate fact from fiction. You may interpret it differently, but I'm going to remain, as far as whether it should be in or not, I remain neutral. Like, I wouldn't complain. I mean, I didn't even complain with Byleth, and I know a lot of people did, because they say, well, there's too many Fire Emblem characters. But I also could make a long list of other characters that I'd prefer over a Fortnite character. So, yeah, I remain neutral, especially for the purposes of this video, because I know there's going to be strong opinions on both sides. So anyway, what I do know, I've read an article. I'm going to put the link to the article in the description. So the article says that a Fortnite leaker by the name of Fire Monkey got access to a Zoom call between the creator of Fortnite and the Game Awards director, and he told him that at the Game Awards on December 10th they're gonna make a really big announcement for Fortnite, and it's gonna change the history of Fortnite forever. Now, getting added to Smash Bros would change their history forever for sure. I mean, I'm sure when Steve was added just now, I'm sure it changed the history of both games forever, and when Sans was added, I'm sure that changed that Undertale franchise forever. I mean, it was an indie game, and it got rep in one of the biggest, and probably the biggest fighting game of all time. So obviously getting added to Smash Bros would fall under the category of changing Fortnite forever. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that a Fortnite character is going to be added. They also didn't mention Super Smash Bros until the director was asked about it, and he said he wasn't allowed to comment on that. So if he wasn't saying anything, there obviously is something to talk about. Now, whether it means he's going to be added to Smash Bros as a fighter or a Mii costume, I'm not sure. Or if he's even going to be added at all. Like, it could be, I don't know, because Travis Touchdown, the director, said no comment when they asked if he was the next Smash Bros fighter. And then after Steve was revealed, Travis was revealed to be one of the Mii fighters, so it could be a similar situation. However, I think if a Fortnite character became a fighter in Smash Bros, I don't think it would be the next fighter, because Sakurai did post the picture of the two clocks that matched up with the villains from Crash Bandicoot, that matched up with the clocks on them. Now, there's a lot of speculation around this too. Like, Sakurai does his little image of the day post but I'm not sure. I'll have to double check this. I've heard that Sakurai posted it with Smash Bros in mind, and he said that, but I've also heard that it didn't have anything to do with Smash Bros. So personally, I think Crash is going to be next, but unless the next season for Fortnite, or maybe even some sort of mechanic before Season 5 comes, is some sort of time travel based thing, time travel related, I don't think that a Fortnite character is going to be the next character. Now, the Game Awards would be a good time to announce a new fighter, but if a Fortnite character is the next character, I think that what will happen is they're going to announce the next fighter, not a Fortnite character, probably Crash, if I had to bet on something. And then after everything is over, then they would announce the Fortnite character and do it kind of like with Hero. They did Hero, then they did all the stuff, and then they announced Banjo later. Especially, and maybe it doesn't really mean much, but if you were to group Piranha Plant with the first fighter pass, there'd be 6 fighters, and Hero was the 3rd, and Banjo was the 4th DLC. And say Crash and Fortnite character get added, like we're talking about, Crash would be the 3rd character, and Fortnite character would be the 4th. I mean, obviously, because Steve was 2nd. So I think if Fortnite character gets added as a fighter, then it's going to be in the same direct as the 3rd fighter. Maybe Crash is announced, but otherwise, if they were talking about Smash Bros, it's probably going to be a Mii fighter. What I think it would be is a Mii fighter with the default skins, gear, and armor that they wear. I think they got the knee armor and the different clothes. I also think they could feature some of the skins as different Mii fighters, but they might not even have been talking about Smash Bros at all. They could have been referring to, you remember the whole deal with Unreal Engine, and Apple supposedly holding it hostage and all the drama that went on there. I think they're going to say something, whether their Unreal Engine's being upgraded or whether they got better access to it and they won the battle there, or if they're moving away from Unreal Engine, or maybe even something graphics related, like if they're getting ray tracing or something, just something along the lines of that it could not even be an issue of Smash Bros at all. All I know is that, it's possible, but not likely, that Fortnite character will be added. What I would want to see for a Fortnite rep in Smash Bros is it be an assist trophy. I mean, with the shotgun, I've played it a little bit. You jump and you shoot. I think they could make a really good assist trophy where he'd just jump around and, assist trophies can jump across the map with ease. You would jump to a character, start shooting them with a shotgun, and it'd be one of the assist trophies that could be attacked. And if it gets attacked and after it gets knocked back, they would build around themselves to protect themselves, and maybe even build around you if you're a lower HP, but they're probably not going to add any more assist trophies until the next Smash Bros game, and I'm not even sure they're going to make another Smash Bros game. I'm not even sure they're going to make another Nintendo console. They're probably going to stay with the Switch, do more hardware and software upgrades, do some side grades, and I'm guessing they're going to stay with the Switch for a while. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking for Fortnite and Smash Bros. I mean, unless they add a Fortnite character as a fighter, I don't think we're going to get any spirits. We haven't gotten any new spirits other than from the spirit board. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And like I said, there's going to be very strong opinions both ways, because there's both very strong opinions about Fortnite in general and about Smash Bros in general both ways. So let me know your opinions in the comments section, but be nice, be civil, don't bully each other. We're all here to have fun playing Smash Bros. So just leave each other alone if you're gonna try to pick fights, and have a good day.